Capsule Corp Goku and Xeno Goku are two of the strongest versions of Goku out there, scaling far above canon Goku in just their base forms alone. They are well known for their absurd feats, hacks, and even new transformations that make Goku using Ultra Instinct look tame in terms of power. But to put it simply, they are strong, really strong. But how would these two versions of Goku fare against each other? Which one has better feats? Who is stronger? Capsule Corp Goku or Xeno Goku? We're going to be going over the feats and scaling for these characters to come up with a conclusive answer by the end of the video. If this is your first time ever hearing of these characters, I'll briefly give you an introduction on both of them so you can understand why they are different from canon Goku. So, if this is your first time ever hearing of Xeno Goku, you'll obviously be confused. I mean, he just looks like canon Goku, except he has a different outfit and has a power pole with him. It's important to note that Xeno Goku is not a part of the Dragon Ball's main canon, because he exists outside of that canon, within his own timeline, that is separate from any main form of Dragon Ball media. But what is his timeline like? Is it like Future Trunks, all dark and gritty? Well, actually no. Xeno Goku is simply a version of Goku that experienced all the events of Dragon Ball Z, and by all I mean everything, including the movies. Yes, the non-canon movies with villains ranging from Cooler to Broly, and even Janemba, are all enemies that Xeno Goku encountered and defeated. This may seem pretty unimportant and if anything just a nifty detail, but you need to remember the movie scaling for Goku is really nutty. Xeno Goku would get access to feats like moving at immeasurable speeds via instant transmission against Metal Cooler, one-shotting legendary Super Saiyan Broly with the combined ki from Gohan, Piccolo, Trunks, and Vegeta, with that same Broly being able to destroy parts of the South Galaxy as a restricted Super Saiyan. If left alone, Broly would have gone on to destroy all of the South Galaxy, and that same Broly only goes on to get even stronger, and Goku is still able to defeat him with Goten and Gohan with him. Movie Goku was also able to shake the afterlife in Hell, two universal-sized realms, by just powering up as a Super Saiyan 3. You've already heard these many times. So yes, that movie scaling goes straight onto this Goku. All of those feats would have been performed by Xeno Goku, who experienced all of the movies. Xeno Goku also has experienced all of Dragon Ball GT, hence why he has access to Super Saiyan 4 instead of the God forms like his counterpart, Capsule Corp Goku. It's also a misconception that Xeno Goku has access to Super Saiyan God. The most notable version for Xeno Goku is the one from the web anime, manga, and arcade, and in neither material did he ever achieve the form. He had no idea that such a power existed until he fought Capsule Corp Goku and watched his fight with Kumba. The only time he's been able to use Super Saiyan God is in the Nintendo 3DS version of Dragon Ball Heroes, which has no relation to the more known version of Heroes. But if you were to give Xeno Goku access to Super Saiyan God in this matchup, it would make his base form even more stronger than it already is, and it would honestly be unfair. Remember, Goku is able to absorb Super Saiyan God into his base form and then stack that power with the other forms, which is why the anime version of Goku is insanely strong, and if anime Goku can do it, then Xeno Goku could also do it. But even if we were to give him access to Super Saiyan God, it would just make his base form a bit stronger. As I stated earlier, it's already pretty busted. His other transformations are far stronger than Super Saiyan God anyway, so aside from it being an unfair advantage to Xeno Goku, he just doesn't need it. And I'll explain why in a second. Now that we know who Xeno Goku is, as well as the fact that he's went through all of Dragon Ball Z and GT, what is Heroes exactly? Dragon Ball Heroes as a whole is a series that deals with alternate timelines and what-if scenarios. There's a team of warriors, who basically act as time police. If you've ever played the game, you might know who this reference is, the Time Patrollers from Xenoverse. They make sure that everything is in order and stable. Xeno Goku is one of the Time Patrollers, who not only uphold time itself, but also fight and defeat those who threaten different timelines, most notably Toa and the Time Breakers. There's also a Xeno Vegeta, Xeno Gohan, Xeno Trunks, and even Xeno Pan, who work alongside Xeno Goku to protect the timelines. But we're not going to be focusing on them right now. But by now, this should give you an understanding of Xeno Goku, so what about Capsule Corp Goku? Capsule Corp Goku isn't too different from Xeno Goku when it comes to his origins. Like Xeno Goku, he's experienced all of Dragon Ball Z, and its movies, which gives him access to all the aforementioned feats, but there is still a difference, as Capsule Corp Goku has also experienced all of Dragon Ball Super, including Battle of Gods, which gives him access to Super Saiyan God, which he can absorb into base and stack with other transformations. Capsule Corp Goku also has access to Super Saiyan Blue, Blue Kaioken, Ultra Instinct Sign, and Mastered Ultra Instinct. While he isn't a full-on time patroller like Xeno Goku, he does often assist the time patrol when his power is needed. By now, you should have a basic understanding of Capsule Corp Goku in terms of continuity and origins. So now, let's get into the meat and potatoes and get into how powerful these guys are, starting with Xeno Goku. To understand just how strong Xeno Goku is in his base form, we need to use the power scaling. To start us off, Demigra stated that he would destroy all of history and create his own. And in the verse of Dragon Ball Heroes, it stated that history is infinite, with infinite events and paths. Demigra would then go on to absorb Toki Toki's power, and Toki Toki is not only a being that exists outside of the natural flow of time, but he is responsible for upholding all of existence. Demigra would also transcend Mira, who is stated to have the power to transcend time itself, and like Toki Toki, also be able to casually exist outside the flow of the infinite history. Demigra, who even scales far above characters like Mechikabura, who is not just above Mira, but has the capability to swallow all of time itself, which would cause Dragon Ball in its entirety to perish. But it gets even crazier, as Mechikabura's power is absolute fodder when you compare it to Demigra, who in his base form was a threat to time itself. This would make base Demigra outerversal, and you could scale him higher to your liking, as long as you provide the proper scaling. So, Demigra had the power to destroy time itself in base, but would become far stronger and gain a new form, which could have destroyed the infinite timelines, and he scales above Mechikabura and Mira. So how does this relate to Xeno Goku? Well, Xeno Goku would go on to just one-shot Demigra in his powered-up form, that same Demigra, not as a Super Saiyan, free too, let alone a regular Super Saiyan. He did this in just base form alone. And this feat becomes much more impressive when you learn that Demigra had the power to literally transcend the game's narrative, which would mean he was going to go outside the Dragon Ball Heroes fiction and destroy the real world, which logically exists outside of the game. This real world is referred to as Beats World, the home of the protagonist of Dragon Ball Heroes. Dragon Ball at the Heroes, you know that reference. Would go on to absolutely stomp Demigra in base. You could scale base Xeno Goku even higher by using a character from Ultimate Mission X by the name of Shimeru. By just gaining a portion of Demigra's power, and just by existing, not even powering up or fighting, but by existing, Shimeru was causing everything to collapse, and despite this absurd power, Xeno Goku was still able to beat Shimeru in base form. This is why base Xeno Goku is such a colossal threat. He has access to forms with power multipliers from 400 times and even above that, and yet he's still a huge threat in just his base form. You also need to remember that Beats World is considered the human world of Dragon Ball Heroes and considers verses such as One Piece as fiction, and Demigra was going to destroy all of that too. Base Xeno Goku is so powerful that for those who are aware of the infamous scan, it's revealed that he's restricted to only fighting in base, as he'd be a threat to all of time. So why does Xeno Goku always transform whenever we see him? Well, as long as he transforms into areas that are sealed off from time, it's just fine. Even characters like Xeno Vegeta in Dragon Ball Heroes are restricted to using their base power, as if they transform, they are also a threat to time, as shown in the manga, and Xeno Goku would be far above even Xeno Vegeta. So by now you should understand Xeno Goku a bit more, as well as how strong he is in base. But I've yet to go into Capsule Corp Goku, so let's see how strong he is in each arc that Xeno Goku is in. The Prison Planet arc is the first arc of the Dragon Ball Heroes manga, as well as the first arc in the web anime. This takes place after the Tournament of Power and presumably Broly, as Capsule Corp Goku would go on to use Fusion Dance in the next arc, and isn't surprised in the slightest. Though you could argue it's because he's technically already used Fusion due to fighting Janemba as Super Gogeta all those years ago, since that's canon to him. Regardless, Capsule Corp Goku first meets Xeno Goku on the Prison Planet after Xeno Goku is finished tracking Fu down. He believes Capsule Corp Goku is working with Fu, and immediately fights him, but the two are dead even, and are interrupted by Fu before they can continue. In the manga, however, it's a bit different. Xeno Goku rushes at Capsule Corp Goku as a Super Saiyan 4, and Capsule Corp Goku is amazed at Xeno Goku's power, and states he can feel an awesome ki coming from him. He then proceeds to block an attack from Super Saiyan 4 Xeno Goku, which shocks him. CC Goku then states he's going all out, and jumps to Super Saiyan Blue, once again surprising Xeno Goku, and he even lands a clean hit on him. The two fight again, and it's broken up by Fu. There's no clear winner, but it's implied that Capsule Corp Goku is stronger, at least in the manga. In the arcade game, CC Goku just outright beats Xeno Goku, as Xeno Goku states that CC Goku was one step ahead of him. Talk about a tongue twister. Regardless of whether or not you believe Capsule Corp Goku is weaker or stronger than Xeno Goku, the fact that he was able to block an attack and damage Xeno Goku is a feat in itself, considering that Xeno Goku is a threat to all of time and base. And as a Super Saiyan 4, he's at minimum far above Super Saiyan 3, which has a multiplier of 400 times. Capsule Corp Goku would then go on to fight Kumba, an ancient Saiyan, and get absolutely dog-walked to the point where he needs to fuse with Vegeta. Capsule Corp Vegeta goes blue, and even then he's only equal to base Kumba, and needs Super Saiyan Blue Kaioken to overpower his attack. Kamba then uses the Blutz Wave of the moon and becomes a Golden Grey Ape, and is able to one-shot Capsule Corp Vegeta Blue and cause them to defuse. It's looking hopeless for Capsule Corp Goku until Xeno Goku arrives with Xeno Vegeta and fuses into Xeno Vegito. Xeno Vegito has far better feats than Capsule Corp Blue Kaioken Vegito, as he's able to defeat Super Saiyan 3 Kamba with ease, who's 400 times stronger than his base self, who could fight equally with a blue level fusion. However, they defuse before they are able to finally put Kamba down, and Kamba gets back up, weakened and in base. Kamba is still a threat though, as not even Super Saiyan 4 Xeno Goku can defeat him on his own. Until Capsule Corp Goku taps into Mastered Ultra Instinct. Mastered Ultra Instinct Goku is able to absolutely embarrass base Kamba, and even Xeno Goku is shocked at the power he feels. So, Xeno Goku and Capsule Corp Goku seem to be equal, as a Super Saiyan 4 going up against a Super Saiyan Blue, but Mastered Ultra Instinct Goku absolutely outclasses base Kamba, and by extension, Super Saiyan 4 Xeno Vegito, and even Super Saiyan Blue Capsule Corp Vegito, which sounds absolutely crazy, considering it's a Patora fusion, but that's just the scaling. But since Capsule Corp Goku can't use Mastered Ultra Instinct at will, as of now, he's equal to Xeno Goku, or is he? The prison planet would go on to explode, and Capsule Corp Goku would be consumed. Or did he? Did he? Well, it turns out that Capsule Corp Goku was not only able to survive, but he was able to fly over to the Grand Priest realm, which gives him access to a speed feat that's even greater than the shared metal cooler one that both versions of Goku have. Let me explain. Fu stated that the prison planet is a place that doesn't exist in the past yet, meaning that it only exists in the future. He then opens a door in space to a different time, the future, as confirmed by the Supreme Kai as they travel to the prison planet in the future. This would mean that moving from Beerus' planet to the prison planet, and vice versa, would be counting as moving from the present to the future, and this should technically qualify as time travel, which isn't anything new, as it's literally Dragon Ball Heroes. However, it gets interesting as the Dragon Ball Heroes anime guidebook states that Capsule Corp Goku literally flew to the Grand Priest's realm after the prison planet exploded. This would mean that Capsule Corp Goku, despite being injured, as it states in the guidebook, he recovered from his injuries, was able to not only move faster than the explosion of a planet, but physically flew from the future to the present. The future being the prison planet and the present being the Grand Priest's realm, which is located in the same timeline as Beerus' planet. After recovering from his injuries, Capsule Corp Goku would get the honor to train with the Grand Priest, the strongest angel with the greatest grasp on Ultra Instinct, in order to learn how to use Ultra Instinct at will. We would then move on to the next arc, with the main villains being the Core Area Warriors. They are a group of mortals, including a god, who have the goal of destroying Xeno. Their leader is Hearts, a mortal with the ability to read one's heart and mind to gain information or figure out one's true intentions. Capsule Corp Trunks and Capsule Corp Vegeta would assist Hit and Jiren, but be unable to fight, especially as Capsule Corp Vegeta gets taken over by the Universe 6 versions of Tuffles, and would require Goku's help. Upon arriving, Goku is able to tap into Ultra Instinct Sign at will and punch the Tuffle known as Orin out of Vegeta's body. In the manga, he's also able to casually beat an even stronger Super Saiyan 3 Kamba, which just shows how much stronger he has gotten. Goku needed the Silverhead version of Ultra Instinct to beat base Kamba, and yet Goku in Ultra Instinct Sign was able to defeat a stronger version of Kamba with a weaker version of Ultra Instinct. Goku's power in Ultra Instinct Sign is so great that Heart's hacks doesn't even work, and he's unable to read his thoughts. Capsule Corp Goku would then go on to fight a fusion between Kami and Orin, known as Kami Orin, and power up into Master Ultra Instinct to defeat the fusion. He would then become drained, which isn't so good as Hearts would use the opportunity to absorb the Universe Seed and gain his ultimate form, pressuring Goku and Vegeta to fuse into Capsule Corp Gogeta. Capsule Corp Gogeta is so powerful that it just flat out states that he has enough power to defeat the Omni King. So, Capsule Corp Goku went on to get a lot stronger, but how about Xeno Goku? Is he just left behind in the dust? Well, actually not quite. He would go on to catch up with Capsule Corp Goku in the Universal Creation arc. By fighting alongside Xeno Vegeta against Dark Janemba, Janemba has been brought back, and is even stronger than before thanks to Dr. W. He's just W. Forgot his name. And not even Super Saiyan Blue Capsule Corp Goku, Vegeta, Xeno Pan, Xeno Trunks, Xeno Vegeta, or Xeno Goku can even do a thing. Capsule Corp Goku then gets the idea to combine his ki with Xeno Goku and Xeno Vegeta, and is joined by the others. And in a move that literally copies the God ritual that Canon Goku did to gain Super Saiyan God, Xeno Goku and Xeno Vegeta get stronger, but they don't get Super Saiyan God. Instead, they get a form that's far more powerful. Limit Breaker Super Saiyan 4. You can tell this is like a money grab, this whole series. Limit Breaker Super Saiyan 4 Xeno Goku is so powerful that he's able to overcome the previous gap he had, perform far better than Capsule Corp Super Saiyan Blue Goku, and one-shot Janemba with the help of Xeno Vegeta. But Capsule Corp Goku and even Xeno Goku would still have more room to grow. They would both be present in the next arc, and would be tasked with stopping Fu, who plans to create a copy universe. He would go on to get stronger and absorb Dogi Dogi, the counterpart of Toki Toki, who I've already went over. He states that he has the power that even surpasses the gods, and proves so by fighting and outlasting Super Saiyan 4 Xeno Gogeta and Super Saiyan Blue Capsule Corp Gogeta at the same time. Corona then combines the ki of Capsule Corp Goku and Xeno Goku, who both create an attack that is able to blast through Fu's barrier and hit him so hard that Fu states that he could have nearly died. He would then go on to absorb the universe tree, making him even stronger than his power as the Dark King, and just one-shot Super Saiyan 4 Xeno Goku. Fu has now become so powerful that he states he's going to restructure the entire universe, which may seem like a small feat for hero standards, but you need to remember that he scales far above previous enemies like Meki Kabura, who were capable of swallowing all of time itself, which would cause the entirety of Dragon Ball to perish. Capsule Corp Goku is then able to absorb the energy of Universe Tree and create a new form, Super Saiyan Blue, Universe Tree Absorb. The Super Dragon Ball Heroes guidebook states that this form is Capsule Corp Goku's strongest form yet, and for good reason. He's able to surpass and overpower Fu, the same Fu that could fight evenly and outlast fusions, and would scale far above Capsule Corp Gogeta from the previous arc, who in Super Saiyan Blue was stronger than the Omni King, Xeno. It's stated word for word that Super Saiyan Blue Universal is Capsule Corp Goku's strongest form, putting him above Blue Kaioken, Ultra Instinct Sign, and Master Ultra Instinct. But does this mean the winner is decided? Not quite, because there's still one last arc that we can go over, which gives us the answer once and for all. Before we get into the arc, it's also made clear that Goku can never use Super Saiyan Blue Universal again. He loses access to the form, and it's simply a one-time thing. So Master Ultra Instinct would currently be his strongest form. Dragon Ball Heroes has sort of a tournament arc where past foes from different universes would fight against each other, including fighters like Jiren and Hit. Capsule Corp Goku gets the opportunity to have an all-out battle with Xeno Goku, and the two begin to fight. The fight gets so intense that Xeno Goku taps into Super Saiyan 4 Limit Breaker, and Goku responds with Ultra Instinct Sign. Limit Breaker Super Saiyan 4 is so powerful that it can outright overpower Ultra Instinct Sign's hacks and auto dodge, as Xeno Goku is able to tag and grab Capsule Corp Goku by the foot and throw him away with his tail. While it's implied that Super Saiyan 4 Limit Breaker is above Ultra Instinct Sign in the web anime, they seem to be equal in the manga, as Xeno and Capsule Corp Goku clash with a Kamea wave and the two are dead even. But it all changes once Goku taps into Master Ultra Instinct. Xeno Goku is unable to tag, let alone keep track of him, and after both fighters throw one last punch, Capsule Corp Goku is the winner, and after this arc, there hasn't been really anything else from Heroes to change the answer. So Capsule Corp Goku is stronger than Xeno Goku. So in terms of hacks, battle IQ, and natural IQ, Xeno Goku would take it from Capsule Corp Goku, and you can check out my Xeno Goku part in my big Dragon Ball video, you can go check that out. Or there's also the Goku vs Vegeta video where I also go over it, but I go more over the battle IQ and IQ of Goku in the big Goku video. But everything else would go to Capsule Corp Goku, and Capsule Corp Goku would even go on to gain another immeasurable speed feat in this arc. In the Ultra God Mission arc, Capsule Corp Goku fights against Eos, the former Supreme Kai of Time, that was succeeded by Corona. She has the ability to freeze time itself, and literally see into the future, but Capsule Corp Goku in just Ultra Instinct Sign was able to outspeed Eos, blitz her, and would have one-shot her if not for Goku holding back. Keep in mind that Goku was only using Ultra Instinct Sign, which is far more weaker and unrefined than Master Ultra Instinct. Moving faster than someone who can skip time is one thing, but moving faster than someone who can freeze time and see into the future is probably one of the most broken feats that any iteration of Goku has done. But in conclusion, Capsule Corp Goku is stronger than Xeno Goku. He solos.